Hi everyone and welcome to Sports Watch. If you like the content, please press the bell icon for further notifications and like, share and subscribe to the channel. Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora was an absolute bloodbath. It was a highly controversial fight which ended in Sebastian Fundora scoring an upset by securing a split decision win over the champion Tim Tszyu. It was under the most unfortunate circumstances that raised questions about the sport of boxing. This fight should have never taken place in the first place. It was supposed to be Tim Tszyu versus Keith one-time Thurman. But pull-out merchant Keith Thurman injured his bicep and the fight was called off. By the way, that's the last time Keith Thurman should be ever put in a big fight. The guy is notoriously injury prone and highly inconsistent. He has fought twice in the last 5 years. His inactivity and should never be allowed to face top tier opposition straight away. So as Thurman pulls out, Tim Tszyu takes a fight in 10 days notice against Sebastian Fundora. Stylistically, it was a bad matchup for Tszyu. Not only was Fundora a southpaw, but he was tall and lanky and had almost a 10-inch reach advantage on Tszyu. So why put your undefeated record on the line against tricky opposition in such short notice? 10 days was never going to be enough. And it was a fight that nobody was interested in. So it was all risk and no reward for Tszyu, and it came to bite him dearly in the end. In the fight, Tim Tszyu suffered a nasty cut on his head due to an illegal elbow from Fundora. It was right above his forehead, and blood gushed down into his eyes and hampered his performance. Now the question is whether the fight should have been allowed to continue. It was an illegal elbow which obviously had bearings in the result of the fight. It should be up to the referee to stop the fight as they are there to protect the fighters. But since it was Tim Tszyu, an Australian fighter, nobody seemed to care. If it had been Errol Spence or Terence Crawford in that position, would that fight been allowed to continue? Questions will be asked. Tim Tszyu fought through adversity, but it was obvious that the blood flow was affecting his performance. He still managed to rock Fundora despite that. Fundora used his reach and Tszyu's adversity to his advantage and won. It was a close fight and Fundora won a split decision. Tim Tszyu's undefeated record was gone and it was all for nothing. His brave effort was praiseworthy, but in the larger scheme of things, it was meaningless. It's now being said that he didn't even have a rematch clause in his contract. So it's unsure if he gets an immediate rematch. The PBC made their intentions pretty clear who they wanted Fundora to face next. Errol Spence Jr. walked into the ring and squared off against Fundora. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford was also urging Spence to maintain the line in social media. Tim Tszyu had quickly become an afterthought. It was all about Spence and Crawford in the post-fight. In the sport where opportunities are limited, once you climb to the top of the mountain, you should plan your next move wisely. Otherwise, it's a long road back to the top. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. And if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe to the channel.